Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 1729 of What's She Up To Now, documenting the journey as I transition from the brick and mortar corporate world of business, lots of years in both, over a quarter century in corporate America, while working for really cool companies, both publicly traded and privately held, which gave me a lot of experience in different types of business structures, as well as running my own businesses on the side for 48, 49 years now. And in 2017, following my divorce, I had the chance to go online and learn about the internet and the online world. So I've done a lot of different things here. Some epic failures, absolutely crashed and burned, like so many. Whenever we're starting out something new, we don't just jump into something and then the first time we try it, it works. I wish it was that way, but no, I don't. I don't wish it was that way. We say we wish it was that way, but the truth is, it is all the failures that are the stepping stones that lead us to the ultimate successes that we have in life and the things that we learn. And life really is about the journey and our experiences that we're collecting here. And when we die, that's all we take with us is the experiences that we've had, the feelings we've felt, and those are experiences, right? Our feelings are experiences. So, and our experiences lead to feelings. It's all interconnected. So, today, our couple pieces of content that I created this morning already are for the BU 365-day challenge. Our annual challenge this year is to do one thing every day that improves us in some way, shape, or form. And so we're spending a couple weeks on paradoxes. I found a cool list of paradoxes. When I find something that I think is interesting and thought-provoking, I like to share it. And so today's paradox is what I call the persuasion paradox. And it basically says that the more you argue with someone, the less likely you are to convince them of your perspective. So the more we try to push against something and someone's ideas, their own ideas, the less likely they are to change their mind, right? Maybe you've found that out in disagreements you've had with coworkers or significant others or children in the past. The more I try to convince my kids to do something, because based on my past experience, I know that would be the best course of action for them, the more they'll resist and argue against the thing that I am arguing for. Arguments, for the most part, don't ever work out, right? The only person that can change their mind is you, right? The only person's mind you can change is your own. You can't change anybody else on the planet's mind. You might persuade them or overwhelm them or overpower them, but they have to personally decide, okay, I agree. I'm going to change my mind about this. I'm going to change my point of view or my perspective about this. You can paint a picture. You can tell stories. You can explain to them your perspective, hopefully in a way that they'll understand. But there's nothing that says they have to agree with you, right? I actually like it when people don't agree with me. I might get a little ruffled. My feathers might get a little ruffled, but I really appreciate it because I know that anybody disagreeing with me is reminding me to look at the bigger picture and to look at the situation and the world from different points of view, because we all have different perspectives, different points of view on everything. So today's paradox, I think, is a fun one and a good reminder to, mind our own business and know that it's not our job. And it's really hard, especially when we're having elections here in America. Every mailbox is filled with, pieces of contradictory propaganda. It's not facts, and most of it is manipulated information on both sides in all political parties, right? They put their best foot forward and criticize and argue against the other person. And when we're seeing this day in and day out in the news and in the media and on social media and with people that we're having discussions with, it feels like arguments are the way to go. But the truth is, you're never going to argue your way into, even in debates and negotiations, you're not going to disagree your way into getting what you want, unless using unethical, immoral, often illegal activities. And I don't recommend those for anybody. Our idiom to go along with this particular paradox today, I selected to pull strings. And we've talked about pulling strings before in Supersize Your Business, but instead of taking the what does it mean and how do people manipulate it and use it in bad ways, which there's bazillion examples of that around us every single day. How can we use pulling strings in a way to build and grow it, and the best ways to use it to grow and build and supersize our business? We talked about that today. And there are ways, right? Everything, we live in a bipolar, not bipolar, we live in a binary universe. So I guess it is kind of bipolar. There's pluses and minuses to everything. Things just are happening, and it's up to us to decide if they're positive or negative for us. And what's positive for us might be negative for someone else. What's negative for someone else might be absolutely positive and advantageous for us. That's the nature of living in a polar universe. So, or a polar world. If I can help you in any way, hit me up and ask. Otherwise, busy time of year for me, getting ready to travel in a couple of weeks, and I am absolutely, utterly not yet prepared. I'm always prepared, but I will be prepared. But right now, if I think ahead about it, I'm like, yikes, I'm not prepared at all. So things to do for that, things to do to meet my other commitments. But if I can help you anyway, ask. I like to say 5 minutes. I can make 5 minutes for anyone that's willing to ask. Have a great day, and I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow.